Que pasa to the Chicano Shuffle crew? First of all, my name is Raul. I go by Junior though, and I've been a San Gabriel Valley resident for most of my life. I've been living out here in Denver for 10 years, and I wanted to send in my Halloween story. Okay, and I know this is kind of different for you guys. You know, it's a long story, but I must have been about 9 or 10 years old when this happened. So this was around 1979, 1980. But my mom used to do a lot of witchcraft, and she used to hang out with this lady. And we all called her Santa, like she never did nothing wrong, right? But her and my mom used to always go out to clubs. So during this time, she had this altar, and she had like saints and a glass bowl with water in it, and she would look into the water and all that stuff. And but her and my dad didn't really get along during this time, and there was a lot of abuse, a lot of fighting. And we had a pretty large family. I had three older brothers, my twin brother, and two biological sisters from my dad. And we lived in Glendora, California, but our first 2 years were in the city of Azusa. So they would get to fighting all the time and arguing. And we started noticing, like, in the middle of the night, the doors would slam by themselves. Like, strange stuff was going on. We'd hear something walking around in the kitchen. Everybody's supposed to be asleep, so we thought nothing of it. But my mom would say, like, she would talk to her friend, and the friend would say, "Oh, there's a spirit in your house, and he's in love with you, and that he's trying to protect you." Like I said, my parents were always fighting. And but that door slamming would always happen whenever they fought, and it was a trip, like what the hell. And she would say that she would see like a black figure, following her. I don't know what to believe or what, but that was a story she used to always tell us, like you know, um, three older brothers. I think they were like 19, 20, 18 or something like that. But they always used to go to a suicide kickback in the neighborhood, with the guys. And so I guess one weekend, they would, I guess they went out, and my mom, it was late, and she heard banging on the door, and she's like, "That's got to be Guate because he's the only one that does that kind of shit. He'll slam doors, and when he's drunk." And she told him like, "Knock it off," and it stopped. Then she got up in the middle of the night, and she went into the boys' room, and she saw my brother's leg hanging off the bed, and so she goes, like she tucks the leg in, She goes, it's got to be Ruben because Ruben has hairy legs, one of my other brothers. And so the next morning, she goes into the room and she sees that the bed is made, and she asks my sister Maria. She's probably like 13 at the time. And she goes, "Maria, did you make the bed? Did you see Ruben?" And she's like, "No, you know, I didn't touch the bed." So later on, my brothers come home and she's asking them, "Hey, how come you're not telling me like when you're coming? You're supposed to tell me when you're coming and when you're going, you know?" She goes, "Ruben, you made the bed." And he goes, "Mom, I'm just barely getting home right now. And me and Guate have been in the barrio since last night. We never came home." So yeah, my mom was freaked out. She was just like, "Wow, what a trip." She covered somebody else's leg up. And then there was an incident We were all kids. My sister was having a sleepover, and like I said, my mom had that altar, so they were all making fun of the Lord's Prayer. And earlier that day, we got locked out of the pad, so we put a ladder up by the kitchen window. We tried to get my mom's attention. Hey, let's get back into the house, watch some cartoons, right? And my sister had her sleepover, and they were making fun of the Lord's Prayer. Then everybody went outside, and somebody she they screamed or something. They were like pointing at something, and it was like some black figure, and it was pretty big. It's like probably like they said like 7 feet, and it ran across the street into our yard. And so we all ran into the house, right? And we're all tripping out. My sister was in the kitchen ironing her clothes, and she's probably like 14 or something. All of a sudden, she's looking at the kitchen window and she sees a face with red eyes. She was pointing at it. And she started crying. So my sister Maria grabbed her, pulled her out of the kitchen. And so me being curious and trying to see what that was, I stuck my head out through the window, not the kitchen window, but another window right next door. And I stuck my head out and I see that thing and it's running. And it looks like it's got horns, and it's got skinny legs. It's like not normal skinny legs, like like a girl, like real thin, like sticks, and it's just running, and it's fucking huge. And it's not pitch black, but it's black enough that you could see the outline. So the next morning, get up and sure enough, man, went outside and looked on the side of the pad, and right there the ladder's on its side. So yeah, it was something. I don't know if it was a person trying to scare us or what, but they did a hell of a job, and if not, could have been something else connected with my mom and her witchcraft. But yeah, I just thought I'd share that story with you guys. Anyways, have a happy Halloween. Take it easy. And yeah, man, I miss the SGV. I miss being out there in Cali. But 10 years aquí in Denver, man. But I enjoy your podcast. Ramon, Esteban, Fernie, you guys are pretty female vatos. I'm 53, so I'm a little bit older than you guys. So, anyways, just keep doing what you're doing. I hope you enjoy it. I hope it doesn't sound too bad. But yeah, you got me looking around my shoulder, dude. Anyways, saludos. Get yours, brother, man. I'm out.